Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and this is part two of PhotoGrav and more on these dogs' eyes to try to make it look a little better. So here's the picture the young lady sent me, and this is what I did to get it ready for PhotoGrav. First of all, I went to Bitmap and I resampled it, and I made it 5 by 6.6, but I made it 600 dots per inch. And I pressed OK. Now I've got it, and I wanted it 5 by 7. And if you ever change the dimension, you want to do it before you go into PhotoGrav. So I'm going to unlock my dimension, and I'm going to basically it's going to stretch the picture out a little bit. And that's all depends on what size tile she's going to do it on. You could not stretch the picture and have it overlap. And then I went to Bitmap and I went to mode and I turned it into grayscale. And before I took it to PhotoGrav, I basically took the eraser tool and I made it about 0.25 inches big. That's too big. Maybe the 0.05 was about the right size. Nope, that's too big. 0.02. And I took the dog's eye. Let me zoom in here. And I've never done this before. This is, to me, is a little bit unorthodox. And I made a shape of the dog's eyes. And you would not want them perfectly the same or perfectly round. Okay? So now we got a dog's eye. And from there, and just to look, let's do this. Let's make a yellow box, my yellow box trick, go to range, put it to the back of the page, and you can see that now the eyes are transparent, meaning there's nothing there for it to engrave because they have been erased. But the dog's eyes are black. So then I'm going to take an oval and I'm going to make a smaller circle inside there. And I am going to smart fill with the lightest of a gray, with like 10% gray. And then I'm going to take my circles away. Whoop. What you could do is move that out of the way, get your circle, put your dog's eye back, semi in the center, and you notice I don't even have them the same size. And you could maybe even make that one a little bit bigger. And you notice they're not perfectly round because the dog's eyes aren't perfectly round. Now, I do not have PhotoGrav hooked up the laptop that I now do my videos on, but then you would take that photo and, well, to go to PhotoGrav, then you would take it and I'd have to get everything else off the screen. I'm going to delete all this. I'm going to hit F4 to make sure that's the only thing I have on the screen. And this is still a 5 by 7 photo. And to put it in the PhotoGrav, you need to export it and have it a bitmap. I'm not going to do that because I do not need it. But let's back up here. And this is what I did on this dog's eyes. And you can see they came out pretty good. Because you got to think about, she did it on black granite. And anything black and really zoomed in, it looks a lot better in person. Zoomed in, you can actually see the fractures. I have a really good camera, really good high quality lens. And of course there's those scratches from the first video, but I think that will work for her because you're not focusing on the dog's eye. And if you run it like that, that would be this one right here. I just drew circles and basically made them black and gray, and that's probably what you ought to do on the other one before you run into PhotoGrav, and that's might have what I had done on that other one. Because black is going to show up, so maybe you should put the gray on the outside and the inside be black. So let's make that black. And then you can take your Smart Fill tool and it should fill in just that circle, and it does. I think that's what I did. Then when you PhotoGrav it, I'm hitting F4 so everything comes up. This is what it's going to look like in PhotoGrav. It digitizes the black. Every little dot is going to be, every white dot is going to be black. Same thing with the dog's nose. The dog's nose is almost all white, so it's all black, meaning the laser is not going to touch it. I guess I deleted. No, there's the first picture in grayscale. So this is white, so the laser is not going to touch it. It's going to do a black outline. Now, I don't know if this would be the best way, and I don't know that I would do this, but it is an option. And the main option, and I'll go ahead and do this, instead of wasting a piece of tile that is 5 by 7 and wasting a sheet of tile, I would make a duplicate of it, Control D. And with that selected, I would take the crop tool, which is underneath because your dog's head is your main important thing. Crop it and then run that test in your laser just on that dog's face and see if you're not happy. By doing that, when I moved it over, I didn't get all of his eyes. So let's select it all. Maybe you can go Control G and group it. I think that looks pretty good. And then, now this has not been PhotoGraved, but once you go to PhotoGrav, I think it'll look good. I hope that helped a little bit. Thanks for watching.